You know, one minute you're going about your day, and the next minute everything changes. So at the grocery store, just minding my own business, and a friend of mine called and was like, there's an active shooter on UNC's campus. And so I just turned on the news and immediately called a friend whose daughter is there. And the parents are terrified. Kids are holed up in classrooms with desks. No one has been taken into custody. They do have a photo they showed. I don't think I can go back to it. Holy cow. No one has been arrested. Students are urged to go inside immediately. Chapel Hill Carborough schools are not dismissing. They are waiting until the clear is given. It is one person. Chapel Hill Police has issued his photo. We don't know if he's a student, who he is.
So you are seeing some people from that area starting to move from that area that was impacted by this. But as of now, you continue to hear the helicopter flying overhead. A lot of emergency officials nearby. The search continues for what is currently going on here for that suspect.
Lots of rumors. Lots of rumors.
I will point out, just based on any experience I have covering these types of lockdown situations, it appears as though police are on the right track. We have a suspect at large, but they do seem to have that perimeter pretty much secured. They know who they're letting in. They know who they're letting out. They don't seem to be too concerned about people outside of that perimeter, like our reporters who we have seen reporting from the scene. And now that we do have a photo, you can only assume the depths of information that law enforcement have.
What I would say, if you're a parent, is to reassure your child that there is a shooter, but they seem to be contained. This is the picture. No name.
Is there in that area as well? Matt, bring us any updates that you've been able to glean.
Yeah, Deborah, you continue to look down at this heavy police presence outside these lab buildings here. It hasn't been as active as it was when we joined you 30 minutes or so ago, when we saw people being let out of the buildings in larger groups. I have seen some police with their long guns and their vests. They've been walking almost in a circle, like they came through between some buildings and out and down here back into this area. We are seeing some more people being let out of these lab buildings here right now. And again, they're not running like they were at first, so it leads me to believe that they don't believe there's a danger right in this immediate area. We did hear that helicopter and see that helicopter from State Highway Patrol circling around here for the last 30 minutes or so. They've gone away here now. We don't hear that helicopter right above us. And as you mentioned, Dan, about people sort of milling about, there are some people to the edge of this area where they have the road blocked off, but we're not seeing, police make them leave or say go inside, stay inside. So it's not.
I tell you what.
Dangerous of a threat. It doesn't appear to be. We haven't had anybody bothering us out here. Helicopter.
You do the best you can as a parent, and you, especially if you live in North Carolina, is it the first day of classes? No, I think they started classes last week. This is my son's number one choice of where he wants to go, and you work really hard to go to a great school, and then in 1 minute everything changes. That's just a lot to wrap your mind around.
On your screen, that is a person of interest, as we've just been saying. Police have not released any information about his name or age or relationship to the university, so we will continue to ask those questions. Mark Boyle is in the WRL Live Center. Mark.
I just want to get an update for you from Governor Roy Cooper. In this monitor, this is a tweet from the governor's office here, updated on what's going on. Governor Cooper saying, I've spoken with Orange County Sheriff Blackwood and the Department of Public Safety Secretary and pledged all state resources needed to capture the shooter and protect the UNC campus. So that's from the governor right there, indicating the shooter, the suspect in this case, is still at large, still on the run, not in custody. A very large scene here. We are seeing what appears to be students moving about. So we'll see how that is changed in terms of.
I think the fact that they're moving people around, it's good. Yes, the elementary school started today.
Large scene there. And back to the live center. This photograph right here, this is key. Police asking for you to get the word out on who this man is. They have not given us his name. They are calling him a person of interest in connection to today's
So if you know him or have any information about him, please call 911.
That information is expected to be confirmed here shortly, though, as new details come in. Back in the live center with updates as they break. We'll send things back to you for now.
Yeah, I'm not going to spread any kind of rumor. I heard 3 had been injured. I didn't, until it's reported officially, I wouldn't say that. They did hear shots fired. And people are terrified. I don't know, I was this morning catching up on some news. My own younger 2 children just went back to public school today. If you know North Carolina, all schools start today for the most part. And anyway, I had some time and I was looking at, 3 people were killed at a Dollar General in Jacksonville, Florida, because they were Black. A person with a swastika and kind of left all these white, ramblings, just went to a Black university, Edwards University, and was filmed by some students. He wasn't a student, putting on blue gloves and a bulletproof vest. And then the school police came in. This is in Jacksonville, Florida, a few days ago. And they said, identify yourself. He didn't. They said, you need to leave campus. He left campus. They called Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, and the person went 12 minutes later and killed 3 people at Dollar General. And so I think we have to be so aware of our surroundings all the time, all the time. And the majority of Americans don't want this happening. You want your kid to go to college or go to kindergarten and not worry about somebody coming in and killing them. So, I think we can't stop these things from making your own way in life. No, you can't. But I think for my friends who have children there, I just saying a lot of prayers for safety and for the families of anybody that was shot and of the shooter. I think my son is in the basement of the library. We're robbing prayers for him because this is a big deal. It's a big deal. But it does appear that people are moving and they're not. So I guess we're going to just find out. I don't love guns either. I mean, we have guns in our house, but the guy in Jacksonville, Florida, he had legal access to buy guns. He bought them legally, and we have to. Hate is a scary thing. You don't get WRAL where you live. So if you don't get WRAL, you can download the WRAL app on, like, if you have Apple TV or Hulu. So that's how we're able to watch WRAL, because I like local news from where we grew up, Still locked down in class. Yes. Bonnie, the same thing. A friend of mine's daughter is behind a door with chairs and tables with people she doesn't know. Evidently, it happened in a lab building, or that's where the shooter was, in a lab building, but there were rumors that he was dressed like a police officer. There are rumors that there might have been 2 people. So, again, those are all rumors. The only thing we know is that there is one person, and the police have released a photo of him. So anyway, not that I have a ton to add, but I didn't even know it was happening and just thought, gosh, it's a big deal. Big deal. I'm sure we're going to hear something later, and we'll check in later.